Hello, everybody. Um, Today I'm just sitting on my bed talking to you, flipping through my book, Gothic Dreams Cthulhu. It's an art book, and um, it's about H.P. Lovecraft and stuff. Really fun, enjoyable stuff. He was a really creative guy. I studied his life a lot. Um, he really did have a blight on his legacy with a lot of his views and everything, but he grew up in the 1920s. His life really was terrible growing up, so, I guess that's just how it is. Wrote a lot of very profound horror, though. Inspired people like Stephen King and everything like that. I do recommend giving him a read every once in a while. If you get the chance, a lot of his stuff is free online and in the public domain. I like this piece. This is some really good art right here. Don't want to rip my pages. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Whoever's listening to this, hope you're doing really well. Man, I need to drink some water. Good thing I got some right here. Take for granted how good water can be. I feel like this is a good piece right here. It's the Shoggoth. Thing had a lot of eyes and stuff like that. Real slimy, real creepy. This one kind of made Cthulhu look like a demon. I don't really think he was like demon looking. I like the ones where he looks more like how he's depicted in the book as like a giant octopus winged creature thing. Definitely better in my opinion. This is a good piece right here. Ooh, that's nice. Creepy little fish vampire thing. Silent Film Cthulhu. There's Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think Cthulhu inspired him, though. I think that's kind of misplaced. Misplaced idea. I think that they thought Cthulhu and Supernatural, if I remember correctly. It's really creepy. That's creepy. Oh, I like this one. It looks like a doctor. The funny thing is he was actually pretty much anything. If it took place in either the Arctic, anything H.P. Lovecraft wrote took place in the Arctic, Massachusetts, or the ocean, and that's because he deeply hated and despised all three. Funny enough, Edgar Allan Poe inspired him, and Edgar Allan Poe loved the ocean. Actually, a lot of what we know about seashells, he was a seashell collector. We learned a lot from his seashell collection, actually, with Cretaceans and stuff, because Edgar Allan Poe's seashell collection was so advanced. He also wrote a poem about the Big Bang, Great Expansion, before scientists even theorized it. Just goes to show that sometimes art can transcend or be ahead of scientific thought for quite some time, which is a concept I overall find fascinating. in all honesty. Oh. Ooh, that's creepy, all that teeth. Teeth always creep me out, I'm just gonna be honest. Delve deeper. Gotta go to some of these websites they have right here. You know what I mean? Well, I guess now I'm through that book. It was just an art book anyway, it really wasn't. I pretty much read all the information they have, or I know it, because I know so much about the author. So now I guess I'll just lay here and think about things. Drink my water, stuff like that. Sometimes it be like that, if you know what I mean. Got my Pikachu plush, won that at a carnival. Got my ducks, I love my ducks. I've gotten a bunch from a lot of different places actually. They're a lot of fun to play with and everything. Little rubber ducks. Maybe I should take a bath and put them in there with me, like, be like a kid again. But when I was a kid, I was more into sharks, so I had a bunch of shark bath toys and everything like that. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Man, I got a lot of books, over 400. In the corners, my Stranger Things, then there's my Dante's Inferno, War of the Worlds, Everything, Cinderella, The Host, Artemis Fowl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Supernatural is another book by Ewan Colfer, Diary of Wimpy Kids, pretty much all of them up until Hard Luck. A lot of the series Unfortunate Events books, the very first Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, both Jurassic Park books. This book on historical speeches and everything like that, you know, that's a lot of fun. A book on science fiction, Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, and the sequel Firefight. I haven't read Firefight. A ton of Goosebumps books. I have a ton of Goosebumps books. And Fear Street, not as many though. I have like 80 Goosebumps books. A bunch of Fahrenheit 451 special editions. Knife Never Letting Go, amazing book. Berserk, the whole trilogy, amazing trilogy. The Maze Runner, Scorched Trials, both I read, however I haven't read The Death Cure, which I have, or The Kill Order, which I have. The Serpent King, which is a contemporary book about 3 kids growing up. It is so good. I love it. Sadie, good book. Afterworld, which is a cool book because it's about an author and her life, as well as the book she's writing, and it switches between the book. It switches perspectives from the book that she's writing and you being in that world and in the real world, which is awesome. It's The Sisters Brothers, very, very good book. Frankenstein, I found it a little dry. World War Z, Divergent. That's just my first shelf, you know. I haven't even gotten into second shelf, which is like right next to me and everything like that. There's a lot of good stuff there. Oh yeah. Well, on my other bookshelf, we have a lot of stuff that's not even books. Like, I collect cans for some reason, if I like the designs. Vanilla Yellow, green tea, Coca-Cola, Pellegrino, San Pellegrino. Also have my Halloween Horror Nights special soda cup, which is right there. Nice little, some glass Coca-Cola bottles, a trophy, my plushes, stuff like that, you know. Spider-Man. Some stuff like, oh, I got my Doctor Who werewolf. Got a lot of posters, though I wish I had more. Not too many, it's just Star Wars, and I have the Walking Dead poster. A lot of contemporary books, science fiction books, fantasy books, horror books, everything in between. I love books. You know, right now I'm reading Lockwood and Co. The Whispering Skull. It's book 2 in the series. I haven't really finished it or anything like that. I've only read the first chapter. And here's a picture of me and my friend. Yeah, I have a lot of those. I try to keep good track of them. You know, it feels really good to just sit alone for a little bit. Though I know a lot of people don't like sitting alone for a long time. But that's just human nature, I guess. Got my Edgar Allan Poe Pop Special Edition. There's 2 of them. There's the one with the Raven and one with the book. I have the one with him holding a book. I really want to get the Raven one too. Yeah. I got my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I finished book 1, not book 2. Zombies vs. Unicorns, Monster Calls, I love all those books. Spy School is a really good series, really funny, I think. You know. But, yeah, I guess tonight, probably gonna read The Whispering Skull, go to sleep, wake up refreshed. It always feels good to wake up refreshed, you know. I guess that's just how life is. Everyone wants to wake up refreshed, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we kind of all want that, don't we? Man, I kind of feel tired right now. Could just go to sleep. Could you go to sleep? You know, there's so many good stories. I like to look at Zen Buddhism stories. They're called, I can't remember what they're called right off the top of my head. Basically, the whole point of Zen Buddhism is they give you a story, kind of like a riddle, and you'd have to think over it, mull over it, and through that you could basically attain enlightenment. There were so many good ones. I think one of my favorites was this one about a general in Japan who wanted to attack a base of soldiers, and his soldiers were 1/10 the size of the defending force, so they were all scared. And he went to a shrine, and he said, "I'm gonna go pray in the shrine, and I'm gonna flip a coin, and if it lands on tails, we will lose. If it lands on heads, it means that we'll win." So he goes to the silent prayer, flipped the coin, landed on heads. So all the soldiers knew they were gonna win. So they were all excited. They all got riled up, and they went and they demolished the defending force. And one of his soldiers approached the general, and he said, "Well, I guess you can't escape the hands of fate, huh? We were destined to win." He said, "No." He's basically like, "No, you can't escape the hands of fate." And he holds up the coin. It's a 2-sided coin, and they're both heads. And, I really like that story. That's not exactly how it goes, but it's a good one. I like that one a lot. Zen Buddhism is quite interesting. Buddhism itself is quite interesting, though. I'm not the biggest fan of Buddha, I will admit. That's a story for another time, I suppose. This is probably going to be, man, now I'm thinking of it, this is probably only going to be half as long as the last one. But, I hope you're all okay with that. Just listening to this. If you're listening to this, you're a great person, and don't let life get you down. The sailor sails through the storm, so that in the end he may still sail to the places worth sailing to. That's how I like to think of life. Never-ending ocean, and us just constantly sailing through it all.